Hello, welcome back to ECS Season 6. I'm DDK, this is The Bears, and we have a Dust 2 coming your way. G2 and NIP will be facing off on this one, and it's a very interesting one because G2, with their debut at the Major, with this lineup, Dust 2 looked really good, looked like their standout map. Then it seemed like, what their playstyle was somewhat predictable. They could defend longs. They had some variations and some nice one-ways, and then people started to figure that out, and then it sort of didn't really look that great anymore, and they had to just rely on Shox and Kenny, and those 6 Smiths alone on the B-bomb site, and it was just very predictable. NIP, on the other hand, great map for them, super explosive players, very good AWPers, really good riflers. They have the playmakers. They should be winning this, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should be, but again, I think NIP should have won the last map as well. They were up by a lot. They were outplaying G2 by far in the first half, and all of a sudden they just kind of dropped the ball, went AFK or something, or G2 just started playing proper CS. Map like Dust 2, I'm curious. Cash?
Or was it Cash?
So,
well,
we
oh dear.
We lied to you guys.
It's fine. Same stuff applies.
All right, let's just throw out the Cash, all right? So this, I think this should be should be G2's pick, right? I think Overpass isn't an NIP usually.
I would imagine so. Yeah. Either way, it's a map. It's a good neutral territory, I would say. Yeah, you're right. G2's got the confirmation in our ears, and it is typically a map that's been pretty good for NIP historically, and the map has changed so much. It's evolved so much over the years. It seems very T-sided these days. Very important that the CT side takes initiative, that they're proactive. You're making plays, taking away map control, and always contesting things. That's really difficult. It's a difficult balance to strike.
Yeah, CT side, you have to be proactive. You have to use pop flashes to retake middle, retake A, or retake any kind of bomb site. It's just too difficult. Everyone knows so many different utilities. The timings, the strats is one of the most common maps that people playing pugs. So there's a lot of individual work that you can practice on, unlike a map like Train where you need coordinated flash and smokes. This one's a little more lenient. Yeah, you still got to have coordinated utility, but it works so much well where you only need 2 people, pop flash mid, repeak, or whatnot. And so NIP or G2, the key point is who's going to take over more map? Is it going to be A? Is it going to be middle? Is it going to be B? That's something that I would like to see because we know Get Right loves to lurk that B a lot. And actually, personally, I would like to see him try different roles instead of always B. Maybe in the future he can kind of mix up where his default where he goes squeaky or something, or A main. Like I like just to mix it up because everyone knows Get Right's going to be B, and he does his Get Right things.
Absolutely. To be honest, like it'd be so cool. I was just thinking that, something that me and James used to do like a long time ago is if we would have breaks, we would just open up the game, and because we would, we'd actually be spectating ourselves sometimes. Then we'd then show like different smokes and different strats. We like draw on the map and just talk about stuff. That was really cool. We should do like the Counter-Strike players show.
Yeah.
Show for the Counter-Strike player who's like the guy that's playing and wants to learn some of those tidbits. Because as you say, with Get Right, the way that he has how he does those solo plays around B, historically you'll see him doing that on a lot of different maps. Like B on Inferno as well. He'll have his nade set where he'll just use his smoke, his molly, his flashes, have certain timings so that he can try to play against like the mind games against that pit player, or the mind games against that guy that plays checkers, or the 2 players on B, and try to play with the rotation. He'll get information and extrapolate based on maybe the positioning of 1 or 2 players. Okay, those based on the aggression we've had in mid, we only think there's 1 on B, and he knows where they are. They can set up around that. It's such a cool way to play the game. And it's a joy to be able to take those things and then practice them by yourself in matchmaking when maybe you don't have time or to play with your teammates, or maybe no one's online.
It's good to watch someone else do it, have success, and then have it in your own game and kind of practice it and see, oh well, in this situation I'm going to wait a little bit, a couple of seconds, and then see how it works. But you could watch like a person like Get Right who's done it for so long. You could probably download 5 demos and see him take that B 5 different times. The timings are a little different, the nades are a little different. Maybe these counter strategies guys, they play more passive. So it's good to kind of watch and see his process, through multiple maps, not just once or twice on Cash.
It would actually be interesting if you, and I know that this is possible. I'll have a conversation actually with. So there's this 16-0. They have this amazing analytical tool where you can actually just filter for certain rounds, and so
Ooh.
you could probably filter all the demos of Get Right where he plays that position and how he, and what he's doing in the first 30 seconds of every round. And their tool even actually has the POV demos of not everything, but most things that happen. So
Yeah.
it'd be quite cool to just string together like 30 instances of that and just like watch it.
I think that's
And
the
just,
next level
yeah.
of being, well, whether an analyst or a coach or whatnot, when you're looking for someone, you're able to montage, Get Right for 30 rounds. What does he do? And then you'll find tendencies, you'll find habits that he always does, or if you hear something, he does this. So I think that's going to be the next level of stats and analyst stuff. So
Dude, their
I'm
tool
excited.
is so good.
Yeah.
You can even, for example, filter it. So you can say, okay, I want to see on Mirage, on the CT side, when there's a full buy versus full buy, what device does whenever there is this smoke placed in connector. Like, what is his rotation in those 20 seconds? And it will show you the positions where he goes to.
And what's this called?
16-0.
16-0.
Yeah.
I'm downloading it.
I don't think it's open to the public yet, but
I'm downloading it.
I think they're just selling it to teams and business to business right now. But
I'm gonna contact them.
But they are developing it, and it is beyond anything I've seen.
So if they're watching this, I want to be a beta tester. I want
I
to
can
use
hook
it
you
for
up.
analyst.
Maybe I can hook you up.
There you go. That'd be great.
I'll be doing a podcast with the creator soon.
Nice.
So here we go. We've got a push coming in through onto the A site. Dennis will peek it. He's got the information. He pulls back in perfect timing. He knows Shox is going to try to punish, and so he's already ready. Love it.
He's ahead of the game. And now G2 is kind of in a spot where let's just force it right through here. Smokes, Molotovs are hitting there. Dennis getting shots off, but doesn't get the kill. Body will take him out. G2, a little chipped up, a little chunk, but kills are going left and right, 3-on-3. G2 coming up on top here.
Okay, well, this is actually looking like a good recovery from G2. 2 versus 2 now. Smith's quite weak on the side, trying to stay alive. Bomb needs to go down. Body's the one that has it though, and he's just fighting by quads. I can see them swapping positions now, trying to get Body in a spot to plant. Body, you gotta plant the bomb, bro. Oh no, they could have planted the bomb. Oh, you hate to see it. No money for you. Forrest will get both kills. Nice by NIP. Good recovery right at the end, and that's the start that they wanted. And without a bomb plant, G2 need a full save, and they can't put any pressure on NIP's economy this round.
I kind of like the idea of what Body did there, but I don't think he should have committed all the way. Maybe like the elbow peek to spot that he's still in the connector highway area. Then he'll have like, okay, well, I can plant the bomb now. I saw him there. He's not pushing up on me. But instead, he just wide swings and continues to commit all the way for the kill. Gets taken out.
Taken out.
The little subtle differences, finding information, staying alive. Just stay alive.
Like the song from Portal.
There you go. Staying alive.
From GLaDOS. Wow, Body, you cheeky boy. Cheeky boy. Now here comes Get Right with the MP9. He finds the bomb, and the wild spray is not going to work out here. The Deagles can absolutely win this round. 2 players left to go. The trade is not there. Shox can't connect. Dennis finishes it off, but that's too much damage. That's a perfect round for G2 because they did invest. They needed some kills, and they got the kills, and now the AKs come out, and NIP, they can buy, but the nade's not going to be great.
Yeah, that's a really expensive, little sloppy. Get It Right, pretty much charging out fence by himself. Teammates was still like CT spawn, so no matter what, it had to be on Get Right to get the kills. So very expensive anti-eco for NIP. Ooh, I like Deuce play to smoke off B and try to boost some events. And this would be very difficult for G2 in middle. You're gonna have to be pretty. Oh, Body with the spam on res, and just makes Forrest falls out of vent now. So now NIP looking pretty bad here in this B bomb side. They are gonna pull rotations. Nip Forrest will get the kill on Body. Lecro almost getting picked off.
Very nice, very nice. ECS will take down Dennis towards A main as well, so this is looking really good. A is open. Get Right, wild spray. And lots of low players for G2, but Forrest wants to save that AK, I'm sure. And he'll hold on to it. It's a nice one. Nice AK. It's covered in spam. Just random stuff all over it.
Couple G2s, got shocks.
Full dyke.
See something else out there. Is it seized?
I opened some cases today, which I never do. Got absolutely nothing.
Do you regret it?
Expected.
Regret it.
Well, the thing is, you should just always just buy the skin that you want. It's always the most cost-effective way to do it.
Yeah, for the most part.
I mean, but that's the whole problem with gambling and why people get sort of addicted to gambling and stuff, because it's that gambler's mentality. Don't want to have those. Don't want to have any of those mentalities that relate to gambling. Tis bad.
It'd be very addicting.
Indeed.
This could be a weird, awkward round for NIP. They're gonna have to force buy. No matter what, it's gonna be double save. Get right. There you go. Buys out. One kit on force. Very low utility. Pistols. The French gun, as James would say, on Lecro. There you go.
NL, not live.
Oh.
Yeah, something has gone horribly wrong. As you can see, to a pause of the technical kind. Whose sound died? Dennis's sound died.
Yeah, that's not cheating.
Dennis, come on, man.
Stop cheating.
There's a lot of problems like this. I feel like
I think they're at LAN, aren't they? On LAN, or aren't they somewhere? IP. Oh no, they didn't get invited. I am. Ugh.
yeah, it's yeah. I remember seeing there was a bit of a salty tweet, wasn't there?
Yes, Dennis, a real salty tweet, and I mean, I agree with him.
It is a fair point that he made. Yeah, it does make sense. To be honest, I feel like there are a lot of things that don't really reflect like there's like rules in Counter-Strike that don't really reflect the reality of what the Counter-Strike scene is like, and I think that is one of them.
Yeah.
And you can understand in some respects why certain businesses will do it. It does make sense for them as well. But
I mean,
that's what it's about, though. You know, you make mistakes and you try to find the middle ground. It's rarely going to be that everyone just gets everything right first time. So
look at this. On the first one, get right by the CZ armor, and then the second one is scout. They changed up spy on the pause restart. Interesting. 1-for-1. Left row getting taken out.
yeah, that poses a problem. You know, when this happens, the T's often just think, oh god, we need to take map control. We can't just have people walking around at this point. Let's get some map control. You can see already Xmas has gone into mid, and they can set up for a B split. They've left Kenny S towards A, which is quite useful because if he makes noise, you know, it will likely keep at least one or even sometimes two players towards that bomb site. Whilst his team can, you know, then just jump into the B site. Body though is going to smoke off CT and harass B. So this now it feels like he's the guy just trying to distract him. It's a nice shot, but where is the bomb going? They obviously haven't seemed to have decided. They just want to try to bait out more players, more frags.
Oh, look at this. NIP both leave B immediately after they killed.
I think he saw him. Yeah. Forrest definitely saw him.
There you go.
Oh no! Forrest is gonna be so angry with that.
Get it right, not expecting it's supposed to be that close to highway that quick. Red is gonna be surrounded here by bees.
I'm surprised though with Get Right, because even if the players are just in garage, he's with a scout. He's gonna get wrecked by jump going. Like if you're going to white box, you're gonna get absolutely wrecked with the scout.
Yeah, that's a very interesting.
So
play.
I'm not sure what he's thinking on that one. That's a strange one.
It is nighttime over there. Maybe, you know, having a couple beers. Who knows? Getting a little crazy, getting a little loose.
Before the ECS game.
Right before
Let's
ECS.
get wrecked, guys.
Let's get wrecked. Is that what you said?
Yeah, let's get wrecked. Let's go to the System Bolaget. That's where they buy booze in Sweden.
There we go.
System Bolaget. Anyway, Sharks will push forwards onto that A-bomb site with that Mag 10, just clearing things out, getting information. He's got the clipboard, gathering statistics, numbers, but he will be taken down, and the play, though, will not be in vain because we can see that Kenny has used that space he created to get position on forklift. So lovely shots.
Wow.
One more to go. Dennis will peek out, and Kenny will drop him as well.
Yikes.
It's a sexy round from Kenny.
A lot of one-taps from him. Crisp aim.
Let's see it again.
Just kidding. AWP for Kenny coming out. Ooh. So nice.
Easy.
Great aim prediction. Crosshair placement.
So what is the plan for G2 now? They've got a full buy to contest with. No AWP on it though.
Really working this middle. A lot
Yeah.
of Molotovs by Sandbag. White box. This allows G2 to get a lot of middle map control existence, making noise in the vents. Getting spotted out, but not committing all the way. Gonna fall back. Rez is pushed up. Is he by himself? I think he's by himself. Oh no. Force and Rez, miscommunication right there as Force falls back to the bomb site. He does get existence though in the process. Just barely missing one of the G2 players, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, G2 takes this B-bomb site, smashes the NIP's CT defense.
Yeah, NIP are not looking like they're having a good time so far on the CT side. Really want to see the AWPs coming out for them, and I'm not sure. It just feels like they are struggling. They had the first 2 rounds. You know, it's
Well, just kind of example for this last round you saw Rez pushed up on top of that B main box, and then you had Force in the bomb site, way in the bomb site. Like how's that even a setup?
Yeah, I do wonder when I see that sometimes. That's like something you see in pugs a lot.
You
Two
hope
very
Rez
disconnected
gets like
players.
4 kills like by himself, and you just sit there with an 8 in your hand. Like, what's supposed to happen? I don't get it. So definitely some kind of miscomm or lazy CS play by them. I mean, it happens even at this level. People, they play so much CS. Sometimes just go in the motion. You're not actively focused. You're just going with the feelings. And maybe that's one of NIP's problems sometimes. You play so much CS, you're just, let's try this. Let's try that. Which is good. You gotta push yourself, as you say. You gotta push. But like, what extreme do you have it where, well, this is really bad. You shouldn't do that in a match.
Nice ball flash. Shocks over the top. Very good stuff from him. He's dangerous. He's very dangerous. Will get taken down by Get Rights. C said will find its success. And even an M4 collected. Not too bad, not too bad. Falling back out of mids. Nice peek.
Nice shot.
He doesn't need to peek mid anymore. One thing that I think is really cool about some players is they'll go for a peek, and whatever they get, they don't care. They'll just be like, okay, I either got something or I didn't. I don't want to just keep peeking, and I just change position completely.
Yeah.
And that wastes time. That wastes a lot of time because like a T side who's looking for a pick, they will sit there waiting for you, probably for 10, 15 seconds, which you just burn by just repositioning and you're safe.
Yeah.
And then they don't know where you are. So it's something to think about. I say that, something I never do myself, but do as I say, not as I do.
It's good practice.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
juicy.
Backflip.
One more from Rez maybe with that deagle. He's teasing. His teammates have gotten time to put into the bomb site now, and he's now alone again with the Deeg, and they can't get it done. Existence and Smiths with the defense. 5-2 now for G2, as they are really having no problems dealing with NIP on cash so far. Ooh, it's looking really bad for NIP. The AWP comes out. I'm happy to see that though.
But you want the double AWP. You don't want one. You want
The
two.
double.
Give us 2. 2's better than 1,
That it is.
except for golf. But we're not playing golf. We're playing CS. Okay. Give me 2 AWPs. There's Lecro on the AWP out of everybody. So it's NIP. They have like 4 people that can AWP. I think all 4, like Rez, Dennis, Forrest, and Lecro. Even Get Right. I've seen Get Right AWP. It's rare. It's rare, but I've seen it.
We don't need to see it.
We don't need to say. We don't. Get it out of there.
Ooh. Very nice. That's if someone was standing in the corner, that's just you're just dead.
Like,
There is no way out of that. You're just dead. Kenny with the pick on the Forest. Rez now in a position which is not the easiest to defend without any distraction. Back checkers is really powerful, but it's much better if you have a guy in the site. Well, he does have a guy on heaven. He does get taken down by Kenny, but he's holding this position, and it means that they can't push into the bomb site. So 3v3, and Rez has bought so much time. And look at the fact that he's not even really finding engagements. He's just holding his presence there, and that's enough. That forces GT to go back and get Rez waiting in position. So this is NIP, because of Rez buying time, finding advantages.
Wait, Shox isn't that spot? I'm sighing because it's like exists just wide swing mid by himself when you could use Shox maybe to kind of probe it a little bit. Anyways, nice shot from Shox. It's gonna sneak up highway, smoke off truck. It should be at least a plant for G2. Dennis peeking before anything gets taken out by Shox. Rez keeping away his position. They know he's highway now. But Smith, he's wide peeking. Why?
Oh,
My goodness.
tempting fate, but Shox will secure it.
Because Rez tossed the Molotov by the fence, right? So he's still safe. And he just hides.
Shox is so good.
Yeah, it was a great run by Shox, really just clutching it, playing the right moves and stuff like that.
Okay, well, we've got pistols here for NIP now as they look to try to somehow get around together with this half buy. I don't know, there's just not... They've made some good moves here or there, but G2 are just... They just have some good defaults, making some good calls. Shox and Kenny are doing exactly what they're in the game to do. Existence is hitting shots as well. Lekro though, oh my god! That is fantastic. Finding one in the air, Clay Pigeon shooting with the Deagle. Get Right will also take down Shox. He had to make a play, but he'll be dismantled as well. Existence will recover the bomb. So with that frag, maybe there's a chance, but he's gonna have to get all the kills here to escape, and they have an AWP in A main as well if they want it. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Body though, these players, only one has Kevlar, and he's the weaker player.
Yeah, but he's just so in trouble. He's such low HP.
This is doable. Gotta believe.
Two Molotovs don't make it right. But NIP, they're going to play together here in A main. The bomb is down by A main, so with only 35 seconds, body, round looks very grim for him to get the bomb, push back or kill the two CTs, and plant. Not much time to work with.
Yeah, it's... The crazy thing is that there is actually a chance because of the nature of A main. It's just one channel. If he gets the first flick, there'd be a chance, but no. Dennis will take him down.
Kind of a miracle round from NIP. Lekro with those two Deagle kills really opening things up for NIP. Watch it. Oh, that's second kill. The recoil of the Deagle. So sexy. So, G2 caught sleeping a little bit. NIP with the surge of fire.
Ownage.
Surge of fire.
Pwnage. No one says pwned anymore. Makes me sad.
Not 2001.
You got pwned. Maybe Lekro will pwn some noobs as they make their way forwards. Dennis holding down the quad position, nade out as he looks to try to get the spray, but he can't even have time to pull the trigger. Get Right will walk in though. He's got Forest next to him as well, trying to burst through, but he can't quite do it. Get Right though, trying to transfer that spray, anticipating the follow. And there it is. Shox with the follow through. And Kenny as well. 7-3. Not really looking good for NIP here.
Yeah,
Pick up a round.
That's a terrible reset, even though they
Lose a round.
even though one eco last round just completely ruined their money. And now they're gonna have to save. They might up. Nope, they're gonna force buy. I mean, it's gonna be a double save regardless, so they're gonna risk it. They only have 3 rounds. This is usually 2 sides, so I'm gonna squeeze a couple more out of G2.
Nice flash.
Oh. Sandbag has not been working for NIP. G2 doing a really good job Molotov and putting continuously pressure on that.
Checkers is having checkers on the T side this early. For the CTs, it just like it feels so oppressive.
Yeah.
It almost always causes an overreaction. That's why the single lurk play to that position can be so devastating.
Yep.
Forrest coming in for the flank here. Beautiful. Yeah, there's a double from him. I feel like Forrest never seems to go negative.
Very rare. This is a solid player. The reason why he was considered one of the best of all time. Great aim, smart. He's funny, handsome. Great beard.
Got the eyebrow game.
Got the eyebrows. Has nice long hair. Probably skateboard, I don't know.
Well, 8-3, and you know what's funny is that I feel like we're gonna have a really close game. It's gonna be exactly.
That's how it's been. Playoffs are on the line. Relegation on the line. You don't want to go out like some chump. You want the game to be good. G2's bringing it. NIP, wake up.
I like these fast flashes that Shox is throwing for his teammates, so they can just go straight out to mids. Tech 9 out.
Yeah, good luck hitting that shot.
There you go.
There you go, we got one. Like, no more up for me. Give me the ecos. And then you grab it off again.
Nice.
Kenny has a lot of impact this half. He's got a lot of entry kills, especially with the AWP. He brought back a couple rounds because of AWP.
Yeah. Yeah, this used to be, like, you know, years ago, this used to be his stomping grounds. He would just absolutely ruin falls on the T side of, and the CT side with the AWP. Like, he had so many cool tactics. I remember making a video of one in A main, where he would drop a one-way and then jump onto the lockers and just peer over it, looking towards quad and MBK. And it was very devious, some of the setups he had like that.
Yeah, very.
But people learn that stuff really fast. When you make plays like that with smokes,
Oh yeah.
people learn it so quickly. You want to save those tricky one-ways for lands.
Like Kenny S. He's such an explosive player. It's hard to stop him when he's on fire. And right there, that's one of the only angles. Just don't let him see you.
There's some water. The fire is no longer blazing. Oh well.
Ouch.
It is for Get Right. Burned alive. Shox now looking to open up towards A. Positioning for NIP, not bad. Two players fast to help from Highway, and with Lecro in Shroud, it is quite a strong prospect here for NIP to take this round. Smith has to get this kill, but he's looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Such is Counter-Strike. Wow, Shox just crash peeking it. Lovely. But still two more on the bomb side to deal with. The smoke goes down. Bomb's coming in behind Shox. Can't get the frag, and that's the instant kill into existence. 4 rounds for NIP. A mere 4 rounds. And let's not forget again, they got the pistol. So reminds me of the first half last map for G2 where they won the pistol, then just got wrecked. I think actually G2 only got 4 rounds, right? Or was it 5 rounds? Oh no, 6. It was actually 6 on.
Yeah, 9-6, I believe.
Yeah, that's okay.
They came back at the end. They were like the last 2 rounds. Last 2 or 3.
Maybe NIP will do the same.
Maybe so. The way they're playing, it's going to be very difficult to stop G2. You got to have more coordination on the CT side, on your gun rounds. They're playing coordinate on the force saves, but on the CT side or on the gun rounds, too many individual play from NIP.
Yeah.
See right here, I mean it's good. They have map control, but they've been trying to do this all half, and they're being punished by it. So finally, NIP has a successful sunroom push that's allows NIP to stack more towards A and middle.
Nice peek with the flash, but it won't be good enough. Forrest though, always good for it. Only gets 1 though. And Rez will make his creep through the B storage position. And oh, that's beautiful timing in from Get Right. Trays all over the place. And it's looking very favorable now for the NIP side. Existence, 14 and 8 at the moment. To win this battle against Rez. Nicely done.
Like, really? You're going to do that?
chipping away at Existence's health and armor. All that chip damage.
Fish and chips. You're not French fries. They're called chips over there, right?
Yep.
They're called French fries. Ooh! Lecro. NIP taking the round. Almost looked kind of, looked a little dangerous, but NIP kind of swinging back and forth. Relentless flashbangs in the middle. Just throwing people in the meat grinder. Eventually going to wear down G2 in that spot. Last round here. Shocks is jumping around. Waiting for the perfect time to pop flash over middle.
I love the smoke on the boost, especially if you throw it reactively and you wait for the CTs to throw the incendiary, you just pop over and they're just out of position and getting wrecked.
It's so nice. It was also nice. Dennis gets killing this distance. NIP giving up middle. Bodies with a Molotov off that connector Z. Lecro nading sandbag. So far, no damage. Not much damage, at least. Body. Oh, it's a chunky nade. Oh, miss.
Looks like it might be exactly the same story as the first half of Overpass, but in reverse. Because NIP are doing really well here. Shocks and Kenny can absolutely save this one. They've got no nades, but they've got good positions here. Shocks picks up res on the bomb site, but the bomb goes down, forcing Shocks to move away from the checkers and the B storage area, which perhaps he would have wanted to stay in whilst Kenny planted, but there's no chance. He's the next player, though. Headshot, of course. Shocks taking minimal damage. As he falls back, he's got lots of time here. Maybe just spotting ahead. Trying to bait him out. Forest is baited out. Headshot. Shocks can't complete the clutch. Denied by Lecro. And indeed, 6 rounds for NIP at the end of the first half. 9-6 for G2. And now we have to wonder, will this be exactly the same story as the first map, but in reverse? Will NIP now just absolutely fist G2?
Well, I don't know about fisting, but this is more of a T-side map, and NIP, if they win pistol, I think they will be able to come back and bring it close. This map can be pretty difficult sometimes on the CT side, especially when the T's are well-oiled machine. Look at this, it's going to be a B take. 4 NIP. Dennis from out middle, but body. He has something else to say. Forrest taking out shots in B. Kenny has to make something happen, but he gets dinked. He has to play passive. He has to wait for his teammates. He's not going to risk it. Body's going to kill Forrest. And just like that, 1, 2, 3 for NIP. Existence into trouble. NIP win pistol. Uh-oh. It's close.
It is close, yeah. It's going to happen, isn't it?
You know it is.
It's going to happen.
Don't act like it's not, all right? Don't act like it. You know it's going to happen.
I mean, it's definitely quite suitable for NIP. You know, they are a team that's, if they can get in the groove aggressively. You know, as we discussed, we highlighted it. Gerro's going to be playing the solo plays on B all the time. He's going there with the MAC-10 at the moment. He's actually just done the cross smoke, so he can get into checkers and he'll probably throw the Molotov afterwards.
There he goes.
He's just checking if someone was going to push him. Obviously, this is a round where he's really suspicious. But he wants to set that precedent. Just throw that smoke every single round. The cross smoke. Make some noise. No CTs moving around anywhere. Looking for that big wide swing from sandbags.
The idea behind of, doing like that same smoke every single round, it gives that illusion. Oh, here comes the smoke. Oh, maybe get right. But maybe one round, they're all there. Maybe all NIP just wait behind get right to explode and pounce. So it's good, like it's an illusion. You might as well call him a magician. Because at this point, it's just a lot of misdirection and, hey, surprise, we're going to be here one round. They're all setting up just for that moment to explode and surprise and lull G2 to sleep.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the dynamic works against G2.
That's 0. Very little utility. Only a bunch of smokes on G2. No kit either. So they're going to do something aggressive and take over this A main.
So Gero put the smoke down again, but as the same main push comes in, it's all about that, and the CTs will have an okay time of it, as Kenny S will trade back, but it is very favorable for the T's here. And once again, Gero is always dropping that smoke out towards B. Then he rotated back out, rejoins his teammates, and they're in such a good position here. They could opt to leave Kenny there if they wanted, as it's such a strong position by itself. Will Necro go short? Will he rejoin his teammates? Oh, the push comes in. That might be a big bait, though.
Could be a big bait. But it was so obvious. Well, again, it's Smith, so maybe they're like, oh, Smith. They're doing Smith's things. But could be his well-calculated bait, because Kenny S is boosted, but people are dying before Kenny can do anything. Oh, no.
No,
oh, no.
Kenny. Oh, no, Kenny.
If this was like if G2 was down in people, I could understand maybe you have to take a little risk, maybe try to bait it, but it's a 3-on-3 situation. Kenny S is in a great spot. He's got to stay alive. You don't even have to do anything. You don't have to be a crazy bait. You don't have to re-peek anything. Just let them happen on Kenny S. Stack the other side or something, or protect him. Either way, just bait for him. They all died before. I get so emotional because of that. It seems so basic.
So you see Gero, he's throwing smoke every round. You'll see it at the start of the new map. Challenging towards that A main position as one IP at the same time, and they'll pick up the kills. More tapping away. I do wonder if, what the next buy round will look like for G2, if they'll just go very aggro somewhere, B storage, squeaky, A main, or mid. If they'll decide to try to take the initiative very quickly, or if they want to play really passively behind the double op setup, or something like that. I mean, you can imagine with Kenny that if he gets a good spawn, maybe he goes door with an AWP, maybe he peeks A main with an AWP.
I like that. You want to mix it up.
Kenny's got to do something, though, you feel like. There's the AWP. What's his spawn like? What's Kenny's spawn?
Only one AWP from.
Terrible.
So no aggressiveness from him. He's going to have to play more of a, I guess, anchor turret kind of positioning.
You could have given the AWP to Shox there, the forward spawn.
That's cool, yeah.
He's just a god with everything, so.
Even with that spawn, he plays aggressive. Could be very dangerous though. Lucky for him. No one cross fast. He gets pushed back by the Molotov. Now he's playing in the checkers with AWP.
And again, Gero's been throwing that smoke every single round. So they don't necessarily know how much is going on behind it, but they hear everything. Kenny S with one. This is a really good spot to play the AWP from. You have to hit your shots, but it's very difficult to trade you, and you buy so much time. Look at all this delay. Look at the rotations coming in. All the supports there. Kenny, he didn't do anything else, but he just allowed his teammates to come in. But Existence drops into res there. The flash not doing exactly what he wanted. And Smith's on the contain. Smith is now so important. He must get the kills here. Never mind.
He must do this. He didn't.
NIP with a really good situation now, beating the rotation to that A-bomb site.
As you mentioned, we'll talk about after. Body. Ooh, get 2 kills already, and now almost taking out Lekro. Lekro's low in HP. 1-on-1 situation. Trying to find information. Fake plants. No peek on Shox just yet. Oh, here comes the mind games. Does he fake plant again? Does he plan all the way? Is he gonna flash and peek?
Oh my gosh, what a play.
So close.
That's a great play.
The right move, the right situation. It's unfortunate to not miss a shot. And G2 steals around right there. They almost threw it away.
And to explain it as well, like, that's so cool. It's such a smart play from Lekro because he knows that he's in the spot where, like, he knows that CT is close, waiting for him to plant, and he knows that if he does go for the plant, that Shox will be in a position where he's going to be able to just get a better angle.
He knows where he is. He knows he's in the bomb site. Lekro's kind of unsure. He knows he's in the area, but Shox has that, like, the pinpoint, which has a huge advantage. But talking about last round, Existence running in check by himself. Oh, Rez. Body. Smith's gonna try to get his gun. Fails the E, so he's gonna throw it. And IP doing a good job getting the early pick, staying alive. Now G2 has to think, do we stack? Do we just bite the bullet and play two each bomb site? Make them think. And Smith, oh, he's getting caught. I know he's getting caught out right here. What are you doing? I'm sorry. I don't want to trash him so hard because he gets a lot of crap, but that's crazy. What he did was crazy.
Citizen's doing a great job here. That damage from the FAMAS is profound. IP, they don't have to commit. The bomb is still in A main. And here comes the flank onto short. They will keep trying to pressure though. The smoke is just killing this push. However, as I say, that smoke's gone now. I think Forest will trade onto Kenny. It's 20 seconds to plant, and they've got a smoke and a flash remaining. 15 seconds to make this plant. They need 3.5 seconds to plant the bomb. So less than 10 seconds now. Good shot coming in. Oh, pre-fire. He's got to go for the plant. Forest on the AWP for the clutch. He's got to get a good guess in. Oh, he's got the spot. Knows exactly where his opponent is. The sound cues as well. As we'll get Shocks trying to work around the site. The mind games start to play into account here as the flick will have to be strong from Forest because Shocks he made a mistake there, giving Forest an opportunity to smoke that. Forest sitting in the smoke. Forest is so smart because Shocks doesn't want to give away his position by just spraying it. Now he goes for the spray. He's worked it out, but Forest has dodged him. This is very intelligent play from both players. And just with the backstab, wow, that was beautiful. Just watching Forest and Shocks try to out-mind game each other. That must have been a lot of fun for them, and the quad kill for Forest.
It's a great one-on-one. Fake jump from Shocks. Forest hiding the smoke, the dance around red box. And then Forest coming out with the clutch. G2, hard reset, very broke. Very important part of the game too.
Yeah, that was a massive clutch from Forest because, as you say, if they lose that round, it's not going to be a good outlook for NIP.
Yeah, they're on the fence here with money. They have to decide: do we buy all the way? Do we just buy pistols, save some in the bank, maybe for utility on the next gun round? A lot of decisions you can make. It looks like they're going to keep a little bit in the bank because, I mean, CT, you do need a lot more utility. You need Molotovs, you need flashbangs to try to take map control. You can't just sit back and bomb sites like that.
Yeah.
Micro getting pegged 24 HP. Fall back, nip, NIP. Just slowing down. Watch for the anti-boost. Existence is reverse boost. Forest gets a kill on Smith in that A main area. Ooh, but Shocks answers back by killing Get Right at B. Whoa, Lecro can take up Existence on the boost. And just like that, G2 takes the one-person advantage. Red's trying to force a squeaky angle. Oh, he does kill Existence on the highway. But now, okay. Well,
Pop.
That makes sense.
Pop, pop. Who's left? Knock, knock.
Now everyone's scared to peek. Shots are too good.
Rez is trying to do so much from an awkward position. He's done more than his fair share. Backstab comes in. Finally, Dennis is in position. And they'll finish things off. Great round, Mr. Rez.
That's a great round.
12 to 10.
Him dancing around door. Even after getting 2 kills, he didn't rush out. You know, try to get more. Ugh. He just stays here, wait for his teammate to flank highway, get the kills. You want to play those 100% angles. 100% that I'm going to kill and you won't.
So, are you ready to hear something very weird about this match?
Go ahead.
Only 2 rounds have ended in defuse or detonation. 0 rounds have been won by defuse. 2 rounds have been won by detonation. That's it. That is weird.
The retakes are not strong today on Cash.
Oh, Kenny, you're not making it out of there alive, surely. He does. Does he get a cheeky frag as well? No. The nades will force the CTs back, and the bomb site will be taken pretty handily here by NIP as they don't look really too troubled by this round. Saving because there's not much to really do here.
Yeah, G2's goal is trying to get some exit kills, maybe sneak out an AK for the next round. But then as he's watching the flank, he's watching the push from A. He does take out 2 from G2. He does get the third one in body and middle, just knowing that body's going to peek that angle at that time. Very great game sense. And NMP looks like they're not going to lose a person. Kenny S, really low HP. Saving Deagle, I guess, for the AWP next round. You know, might as well have an extra Deagle. In my opinion, I probably would have tried to go for an AK. You know, try to steal a guy, maybe waste some money. Every little chip helps. It's close. It's towards the end of the game. It's a very important round for G2. I wouldn't be surprised if they call timeout. Try to recollect their thoughts. Hey, we're not doing anything on our CT side. What can we do? But they don't call a timeout. Why not? You know, why use all 40 timeouts? Looks weird,
So
right?
triggered. Triggered. It's like an IP, you want to just walk into A here. Just walking all the way, going contact. There's the pop flash. This is great, actually. I'd love to see this. Changing the pace, attacking the A bomb site very quickly, jumping up on top of the red container, and as quickly he'll be sent back down, body dead. And the rest of the teammates of G2 also struggling, except Kenny. Nice flick there, pushing Get Right back out, and that might just about be it because they don't have any money. They can't afford to chance this retake. They just can't do it. Gotta save again.
Yeah, they definitely have to save. With match point coming up really closely for NIP, they have all the momentum, all the money. Shox can spend 4 HP through the wall. That's an odd angle.
Oh no, there's the orb gone. Shox has to peek because they know he's there. He gets the dink. But he doesn't get the kill, and that's another round for NIP. So this is exactly, well, more or less exactly as we expected. Just every match seemingly following this pattern.
Yeah.
And NIP look poised to win this one. Great money.
It's because they're not using timeouts. They're not using it. They're not changing the momentum. They're not changing the pace in terms of, you know, getting the mind of the opponent. Call timeout. You don't have to buy. Just call timeout. See what happens. NIP starting off with 2 quick frags. Think this is make some magic happen.
It's honestly really hard to fight the guy at forklift from door.
It is.
It's hard to see him, and he can control the swings.
Yeah, it's when you're looking at the door. Bless you. When you're looking at the door, you're only looking at like a 5-inch angle from like anywhere from the site, forklift, red box, whatever. But when you're the door, you got to look at the entire forklift, entire catwalk on top of red. So a lot more room for error.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty awkward. Existence can't make it work. 5 players surviving. There's for 1 HP and 16k.
Double up. Let's see it. Come on, Shox. Come on, Shox. Do it. Don't you
Oh, Shaxy.
Shox, come on, man.
Shaxy.
Shox, yes! That's what I'm talking about. A little too late, but you know what? At least we see it, right? We're talking about the double op for so long for these guys, but they didn't pull it out. Kept being reset.
Let's see what Shox can do. Here he goes. No peek though. It's just the same smoke every round from Get Right. Every round.
Every single time. It's a clock. What are those things? The people that make watches?
Watchmakers?
Yes, watchmaker. Yeah, okay. It's a watchmaker.
Like clockwork. Is this the last round? Is this the end of the line for G2? What have they won? They think they've won 1 round this half?
Yep. Only 1.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty bad. Oh, that position. That's a sneaky Smith. Sneaky.
Did he self-boost that?
He must have, yeah, he must have jumped across. That's beautiful.
Smith with the movement. And Montov's not going to get him. This is trying to help him out, but it's be
Oh,
Fruitless.
missed. That is a hard spot. I guess you need to throw it higher than you'd think.
Yeah,
They know he's there still.
they have to.
They have to know he's there still. Whoa, they think he dropped down. Lekro takes him out though. 3v3. Maybe there's a chance for GT. 30 seconds to plant. The push comes in from the back. Shocks with a scoped in AWP. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but Shocks, he can make anything work. Gotta be careful though. Flash down on the ground. The Molotov of force and forwards misses the shot, and now Rez can pick up the bomb. Now where do they go? 2 versus 2. Quite favorable for the T's, but they have to go to the site. They've got 10 seconds to plant. They've got to keep running all the way. CT already on the bomb site. Body can ruin everything. Can they make this work? They've got to get the cover in for the bomber, and that's it. The round's been won unless he kills him. Oh, he can't kill him in time, and that's going to be Lekro dying after time. It won't matter though, because their money's so sick, but...
So sick. That's a nice try. Smith, huge round actually.
He actually, I've never seen someone win a round by being in that spot before.
Yeah, I hardly see people in that spot. That's like a really rare boost. Not too common. So G2 stays alive. Smith just eats a nade. Giant meatball right in his mouth. White box spam, I'm assuming. Gonna start doing that.
Yeah. Someone actually killed me by doing that. I was on white box, just shot it with an AWP and I just died. I was just so annoyed. I got the deagle headshot through the metal shutters from connector the other day though, onto the T's. But either way, P90 put to work. It's not the death by Kitty though, so for shame. Does look pretty good though, the Asimov one. Smith's just going ham there with a B90. Not necessarily the most ideal weapon when you're 1 round away from losing the match, but needs must. If that's all you can get.
Oh.
Oh no, it's falling apart now, isn't it? Shots to the flank. Forrest catches it. 4 versus 2, NIP can just regroup now. Although there'll be peaks 1 at a time. Until Kenny's last man standing, just go through the flames.
Just run and give up.
So 1v4. This is not looking good. Flash into useless. Pre-fire comes in. 16 to 11, and indeed a very similar scenario to the very first map between these two, but it's going to be flipped on its head because NIP will take this one as we see G2 fall to them. But it's going to be interesting to see how the scoreboard is after this one as we see the highlights for the match. Definitely has some cool plays from both teams. Anything that stood out to you in this one?
It seemed pretty similar to the situations where when G2 was losing, they're not playing as a team. There are too many individual peaks, too solo, not enough, team peaking, times of exchanging, and it showed again even on the CT side of this map. Like everyone's peaking by themselves for the most part, and they had to rely on hitting their shots and out-shooting the opponent more than working together to outplay the opponent. And so that's a huge difference. You're going to get destroyed at this level if you keep playing like this, and it shows. Like their record's not that good. You see rounds in where they play well, they work together, it looks clean, it looks good, they're hitting shots, but you gotta do that all the time. You can't just pick and choose what half to do it.
Yeah, and again, Forrest at the top of the scoreboard with 27 kills. Dead is slightly out-damaging him though, so I mean the stats look pretty much the same for G2. Existence up there. Again, Existence can have some games where he frags, but that's generally not the issue. It seems as though G2 have a structural problem, but we'll see if that's something that they can fix as they continue with this team. I think there's at least 4 other players are very committed into that lineup. And here is the leaderboard. Now after those 2 results, we can see that NIP are now 7 for 7, and they can't really afford to lose any more matches if they want to break the top 4. You can see FaZe and Mousesports also on 7, and now G2 are 4 and 12. So there is a possibility that maybe G2 could avoid going down for relegation if Fnatic and Optic or Virtus Pro, if those teams lose the rest of their games, maybe there's a chance of G2 win their remaining games.
There's always a chance.
It's going to be tough though, but we'll find out more because we do have 1 day left of play. I believe it's next Wednesday. That's what it's scheduled for at the moment with regards to finishing off the rest of the European matches to decide to really lock in this top 4, because again, like FaZe and Mousesports and NIP and LDLC, we don't really know what's going on. So more matches to come for Europe, but that does bring us to the end of this portion of the broadcast. We have the North American matches coming up at the top of the hour, so make sure you join us for that. And also make sure that if you haven't already connected your YouTube and your FACEIT accounts, that you do that, because when you tune in, you could win these massive point drops. And if you win those point drops, maybe you can get some new skins, maybe you can get some name changes or other goodies. You can check it out on the FACEIT store. But for me and DeBears, we're going to take a quick lunch break, and we'll see you at the top of the hour. See you soon.